Bitch, listen! My clothes are lying to me, and not in a subtle way. I mean, they're committed to a version of me that I no longer recognize. Oh, jeez. Guess I'm gonna give up trying to think that you guys can get better at dropping me like you do. Welcome back to the Chaos Besties. If you're new here, hi, I'm Drea, also known as the Carnivore Witch Drea. I eat meat, I mind my business, and apparently my wardrobe has entered a toxic relationship with my past. We respectfully acknowledge any holiday or special occasions happening today. Respectfully. And now we address the situation because I am being emotionally manipulated by denim. Let me tell you what happened. I decided to try on my jeans. Now, let's pause right there because trying on jeans is not a casual activity. That is a full psychological event. That is you stepping into a memory with expectations. And expectations? That's where things go wrong. Because I didn't grab random jeans. No. I grabbed those jeans, the ones that used to fit just right. The ones that made me feel like I had my life together. The ones that said, you are doing well. And I held them up, and I looked and I said, we've been through a lot together. And they said nothing, which should have been my first warning. Because silence in situations like this means they're about to humble you. So I step into them, one leg, fine, second leg, also fine. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, we might be okay here. And then I go pull them up. And that's when everything changes because suddenly we're not cooperating, we're negotiating. And I don't remember agreeing to negotiations because now I'm pulling and they're resisting and we're both confused. And I'm like, why are you acting brand new? Because last time I checked, we had an understanding and you fit me. I wore you. We respected each other. That was the relationship. And now you're acting like you don't know me. Like we don't have a history. Like we didn't build something together. And that's when it hits me. These jeans remember a version of me that I am not anymore. And that's uncomfortable because I want them to fit, not just physically, but emotionally. I want them to confirm that I'm still that person, that nothing has changed, that everything is still under control. Because that's not reality. Because I have changed. My body has changed. My habits have changed. My life has changed. And my clothes, they didn't come with me. They stayed where I left them. And now I'm trying to force a connection that doesn't exist anymore. And that's when it becomes emotional. Because it's not about the jeans. It's about identity. It's about who you were versus who you are. And the space in between, that's where people struggle. Because we don't just outgrow clothes, we outgrow versions of ourselves. And sometimes we try to go back, not because it's right, but because it's familiar. And familiar feels safe, even when it doesn't fit anymore. So now I'm standing there, half in these jeans, fully in my feelings, and I have a choice. Force it or accept it. And forcing it, that looks like denial. That looks like squeezing into something that clearly doesn't align just to prove a point. And I've done that before. I've worn things that didn't fit just to convince myself that I was okay. And I looked like 10 pounds of sugar in a 2-pound bag. And I'm not doing that anymore. Because discomfort is not confidence. And pretending is not power. So I took them off, not dramatically, not emotionally, just honestly. And I stood there and I said, okay, where am I really? Not where I used to be, not where I think I should be, but where I actually am. And that's where growth starts, because you can't move forward if you're trying to live in the past. And your clothes, they'll remind you of that real quick because they don't adjust to your feelings. They reflect your reality. And that's not always comfortable, but it's honest. And I'd rather have honesty than illusion, because illusion keeps you stuck. Honesty moves you forward. So yeah, my clothes are gaslighting me, but also they're telling me the truth. And I needed to hear it, even if I didn't like how it felt. All right, messy besties, if you made it this far, drop a dress emoji down in the comments. I don't even care what color it is, whether it's turquoise, blue, light sage, green, red. It doesn't matter. A dress is a dress is a dress. Drop it down in the comments. And please like this video so the algorithm will share it with those who may need a good laugh or two. And share it with those you know on other social media platforms who you feel could use a few good hilarious chuckles. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And as always, I know I will. And as always, I tell you witches, I love you, messy bestie. I could scream it from the rooftops. If nobody tells you today they love you, then know I told you first. Stay strong. Stay messy. But don't forget your magic. I may be the witch, but you are the magic. I'll see you tomorrow, messy bestie. Witch, listen. My clothes are lying to me, and not in a supple way. Subtle. And it's hot in here. Hot. Take it from the top.